What's up again, guys? Brian here at 3TR, and welcome to episode 144 of my weekly Q&A show, The People's Questions. And before I begin, I would like to wish all of you guys a happy Thanksgiving. Hope you guys celebrate it well with your families. And as I'm sure you can already tell, today I have decided to pop out Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Remix in the wake of the newly released Kingdom Hearts 2.5 Remix, which I believe comes out in about a week or two. And I would like to thank the 5 of you guys for sending your really great set of questions to make this episode possible. And starting off real simple with the first 5 questions coming from a regular of mine going by the name of Thynappingsniper. And you want to know, do I think a game for Attack on Titan could be made, and if so, who would I want to develop it? Well, Sniper, I do believe there are actually a couple of Attack on Titan games already that I've seen. If you're talking about like one for like consoles that everyone could play, I'm not sure if they'll ever make one of those. But if I had to pick someone to develop it, I would like to see the developers who make the Spider-Man games, because they seem to have a really good feel of how to make web swinging feel natural, and I think that's a very important element to kind of how you're going to maneuver around the buildings in Attack on Titan, so I'd like to see them develop it. Next question is, do I know about the PlayStation event happening in Vegas? Buddy, I'm a Sony fanboy, and I live in Vegas. Of course I know about it. The next question is, in Grand Theft Auto 6, what city would I like to go back to, or what new city? Personally, I would like to actually visit another country, maybe somewhere in Europe or Italy. I'm kind of sick of having all these Grand Theft Auto games take place here in the United States, or kind of, yeah, I guess you could say the United States. So it'd be a really nice feel to actually visit other countries or make up cities in other countries. I think that would be a really fresh thing to try in Grand Theft Auto. The next question is, do I think Rockstar will announce the new Red Dead game in 2015? Well, I'm not really a big fan of Red Dead, so I could care less if they announce a new game, but I'm sure if they were going to announce it, it would be much later down the road, because after the success of Grand Theft Auto, I'm sure they're most focused on wanting to get another one of those out. And your last question is, how am I? I am doing fine, Sniper. How are you? The next 3 questions come from Arturo Aldaco, and you want to know, have I played Dust and Elysian Tale, and have I played the Metal Gear Rising DLCs? No to both of those questions. I mean, I like Metal Gear Rising, but I'm not really a big fan of DLC content much. And this actually goes into your second question, and you would like me to know, who would win in a fight between Raiden from Mortal Kombat against Raiden from Metal Gear Rising? Well, let's see. Raiden is a cyborg, and although he's fast, I seriously doubt he's any match for a Thunder God who has thousands and thousands of years of martial arts training and experience. So, yeah, I think Raiden's got this one hands down. Next question is, do I believe Nintendo is the king of portable consoles? Who else is there? Who else has ever been able to challenge Nintendo? I mean, don't get me wrong, I think Sony is solid with their PSP and their PS Vita, but no one's been able to stop the Game Boy. I mean, before the PSP showed up, the only like portable console I could think of was like the Sega Game Gear, and I don't know anyone who ever had that. I mean, I had a Game Gear, but there's always been Game Boys, so yeah, I think it's safe to say Nintendo is the king of portable consoles. And the next question is, do I own a DS or a Nintendo console? I've never owned a DS, and I guess I can say I have a Nintendo portable console. I do have one of the original Game Boy Pockets, if that counts. The next 5 questions come from the Father Monster Show, and you want to know, have I ever been a fan of RPG games like Elder Scrolls? No, I'm more of a big fan of JRPGs, so no, I'm not really a big fan of any of those type of RPGs. Your next question is, name my 3 favorite YouTubers. Well, Monster Show, I actually did a video about maybe 6 to 7 months back going over my top 10 favorite YouTubers, and when it comes to the top 3, the list has not changed. The rest of the list has changed, but 3 to 1 have not changed. Number 3 being Kathleen, number 2 being Rachel Moore, and number 1 being Angry Joe, and I really don't think that list is going to change anytime soon over the next couple of years. Next question is, do I think Resident Evil 5 and 6 would have been better received by fans if they were spin-offs? No. I actually don't mind that they were official games, official canon games in this series. I didn't have a problem with them. Your next question is, what game endings made me feel sad? Metal Gear Solid 3. That's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. Your next question is, have I ever played any of these Symphony Filter games? Never heard of them. The next 4 questions come from Nearly Jesus, and you want to know, what is my attitude towards console wars and exclusives, and am I interested in the Wii U? Console wars are fun little competitions. I think exclusives are, they give variety, and you can differentiate, or if that's a word, sorry. I guess exclusives allow you to really use the full power of your consoles, and am I interested in the Wii U? No, I am not. Next question is, do I own any Nintendo games? Yes, I own 2 games, but I don't really play them anymore because I own them on PlayStation 3. Next question is, what is the best Nintendo game I've ever played? Super Mario 64, hands down. Last question, have you ever been a PC gamer? No, I don't. I've never owned a PC. I've only owned laptops. And the last 2 questions come from Deafening Giraffes, and you want to know, what are my thoughts on the 80-year-old Charles Manson getting married to a 26-year-old? Okay, number 1, why is this murdering psychopath even getting visitors? And I think this 26-year-old really needs to get her head scanned, or unless she's herself clearly insane. And I just think the justice system is really messed up at the current state to even allow such a thing to even happen. The next time I want to hear the name Charles Manson, I want to hear he is dead and buried, or burned, or whatever. And the last question of this episode is, what are my thoughts on the upcoming Evil Dead TV show? Well, I'm happy that Bruce Campbell will be coming back as Ace. He's always really cool to listen to, and I hope it's just entertaining. I don't want it to be pure horror. I want it to be kind of like the last 2 Evil Dead series, where it's a mixture of horror and comedy at the same time. Hopefully, if I actually get better cable, I will be able to watch them. If I remember correctly, they'll be playing on HBO or Starz, one of the 2. And with that, those are all the questions you guys sent in for this particular episode. I would like to thank all 5 of you once again for making this episode possible. If any of you guys have any questions you would like me to answer in the next episode, please type them in the comments down below, and make sure you get them into me before next Wednesday, before filming this. And before I close off, I would like to ask you, do you guys want me to go back to my old format style of how I do the people's questions, or do you prefer this current style of playing games in the background? I was asked from last week's episode to see if I would go back, and I'm really curious to see what you guys want. So please also let me know in the comments down below. And like always, thank you guys for watching. You're awesome, and I'll see you next time.